Now, I wanted to share with you a little bit about our company background. That would be Monarch Green. We've been in business for over 9 years, generally with environmental spill cleanup products, oil spills and so forth. We have over 150 different items in our catalog, many of which we have developed on our own and patented whenever we can. Now we have developed a new product. It's the Water Hog, and the Water Hog is intended to separate sheen from water, because we are looking to eliminate the potential of phase separation, the corrosion that goes with it, as well as the fact that anytime you have water in like a spill bucket, and I saw one recently here, it may not have had any fuel in it, it was hard to tell, but it was so full of rusty water, it was unbelievable. And by the way, I put that spill bucket wizard down in that spill bucket. It took up the rust and the water. So we're gonna go in the spill bucket wizard here. You can see that spill bucket has water down in the bottom of it. We're gonna put a spill bucket wizard down in there, and you're gonna see the performance of it. And as you can see, it already started to pick up stuff on the very bottom, but now it's gonna really go to work. And as you can see, it fits terrifically right around the collar and right around the perimeter outside wall of the bucket. Doesn't hang up on anything, doesn't hang up on the Morrison cap. All right, and now, the job's done. Bring that guy out, full of water, full of rust. Now look down, you can see the bottom. Look at that, no problem. That's a dry bottom. Done, matter of minutes. Now, we've already talked about sumps in the past, but again, we all understand that, guys are currently using socks on the end of a stick. And the big problem with that is, of course, it takes forever to get down in there, and it takes forever to absorb and bring it back up. And then, they're coiling it all up and they're having to stuff it into a hazmat container. And with the Water Hog, you already know what the options are. And here we're addressing a UDC. And they do come with some different depths and so forth, but take a look what happens with this Water Hog. It fits so easily in between everything. And you have that simple leash to control it with. And it takes no time at all for that Water Hog to go ahead and absorb. Okay, so now we go back and we're going to retrieve that Water Hog after just a few minutes. Okay, here we come. And so up it comes, and there you go. And you're done. Just that simple. We'd also like to share with you the anatomy of the Water Hog. What makes it perform so dynamically? Well, there's a few things. Number one, there's a great sorbent product or chemical that we use. It's safe to handle, but it's a polymer, it's a polyacrylate. Now, there are a number of different grades of polyacrylates and polymers, and ours is the top of the line. It's a very potent one that is a far more absorbent one than most. I want to show you what happens with this, and I want to show you how it'll absorb 50 to 500 times its own weight in water. And you're going to see what's going to happen in a minute with that. We'll just put it right there. We'll come back to it in a second. So this is our finished product of Water Hog, but here's the way it starts out. First, we have what we call our substrate. This is a substrate which is like a backboard, and it's what this material needs to be embossed onto. If you didn't do that, then when you picked up the Water Hog, everything would float at one end and you'd have a football at one end and nothing at the other. This is the medium. It is the polymer. Now, I just want to show you what's happened to our polymer. Now, when I pick it up, you'll see it's not going anywhere. In fact, it's a gel. And that gel is just captured all the water and it's not going to release it. What happens is you take your substrate, you add to it the polymer, and then you encase it in a polypropylene skin. Filters the sheen at the skin area, doesn't get inside, but what goes inside is the water. In addition, we add a leash to the Water Hog for retrieval, for handling. This leash is polypropylene. So it, like the skin, absorbs the sheen, but it repels water. Now, some people have told me that interstitial is not a big deal where they are. But people dealing with these steel double-walled tanks, many of them have said, whoa, that's really big stuff. Because right now they're having a pumper truck come out, big dollars, starts at their shop, They have to drive it out. They got to put the hose down. They got to suck the stuff out, which may be a cup or 2 or 3, who knows. And then they got to drive it back. And they get charged for the entire round trip. That's hundreds of dollars by even some of you reps who have said so to me. We have a new product. Instead of hundreds of dollars, and I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate this to you now. This is a mock-up of the prototype. The interstitial pipe riser is 2 inches in inside diameter. You go right down there to the bottom and you suck up the water. And then when you bring that guy back up, if you have need to do more, you pull this out and we provide the refills. And these are not expensive at all. So what we've done is, number one, we cut it on a bias. And we cut it on a bias so when it bottoms out in the bottom of the riser, it isn't gonna close off the access to the water. And you just take that guy, you put him right down the riser, just like that. And down it goes, all the way down, until it has reached the bottom. And when it's reached the bottom of the tank, which we're doing right now, you'll see that you're gonna be sucking up that water. And then, very simply, you just bring it back up out of the riser. And when you bring it back up out of the riser, again, it's really simple. All you do, pull the actual production model, that's what this is, that has a snap hook, take it off, and you can put another one on if you need to. This device has been developed in conjunction with a very well-known consultant to the industry. He has 29 years of running the Environmental Protection Department for a major state. He is now a consultant. He is head over heels about this product. Okay. We're very excited to share with you another new product we've come out with. It's called our Station Kit. Now this is a kit that's comprised of 10 of our Water Hog Wizards, and you know about these. These go down in the spill bucket, so they're a spill bucket wizard. They around the circumference of the spill bucket, and then they stay away from the collar and the Morrison cap, so you can get them out after they've done their absorption. 10 petroleum-only water repellent mats that are 15 by 18 inches, and they also tear. So you can use a half of one at a time if you chose to. 20 of our 2-foot water hogs, all in the kit, and 10 of our 4-foot water hogs. Those all come in a box this size. And so it's easy to store, it's easy to ship, and we hope you'll like this. This is really an exciting product. A number of our customers have already indicated that they really think this is a great way to have hanging out in the station. Here are some of the frequently asked questions that you might want to be prepared for. The water hog is not recommended for reuse. And the biggest reason of all is there's always the potential of some sheen being on the outer casing, and you're reintroducing that and contaminating what might otherwise have not been a contaminated area. So we do not recommend it for reuse. The water hog 2-foot and 4-foot is also not recommended for ASTs and USTs. We have it specifically stated that you should not be doing that. Some guys are doing that, but we do not condone their doing so, and we're not in favor of it. We rec highly against anything that would have it come in contact with fuel. We've been asked if you can put a water hog in a sump and leave it there. For that, you need to talk to your local regulators. Some will allow it, some won't. So we can't make a recommendation about that either. Our advice is, it's going to soak up everything so quickly anyway, it's not doing any good sitting in the bottom of a sump, because it's going to be full of water in minutes. As you saw in the demonstration today, where we showed you when it came out of a UDC, when it came out of a spill bucket, and so forth. It just doesn't, and the sump, it just doesn't take long. So the different regulations are both local, state, and federal. You guys all know this. The safest thing is to just be sure you go on the safe side. Now, we have an extremely large customer, one of the largest companies in the United States that has a lot of stations. And they buy our products, and they are very interested in the BTU rating and the waste to energy of products. We have all that information, and it's actually very impressive. So if you need that, we can give it to you. Here's another question that you'll be asking. How long can I store these? Indefinitely, as long as you keep them dry. If you stick them out in the rain or something, they're gonna grab the water, and that's gonna be the end of them. Now, we provide instruction sheets, sell sheets, technical information, safety data sheets, technical data sheets, in-store displays, which will be coming, and also we're available for your questions. So don't hesitate to give us a call.